Are there any food items that are uncommon that you've incorporated in your diet where you're like, this is a superfood, a game changer that a lot of people wouldn't know about? Because you always hit me with like...
Yeah, that a lot of people would
gems.
not know about.
Well, not know about or not utilize as much as they should, or there's a misconception.
Sure. So I think this is a little bit more in the longevity column.
Love
what
it.
I'm about to say. And you and I were actually talking about this the other day when we went to look at a house. Is beans.
Yes.
Legumes. So there are 7 different areas around the world that were studied in, they're called blue zones. Now, they're called blue zones because they had the largest concentration of centenarians, people that live to 100 plus. So the researchers were like, why are these people in these areas, Sardinia in Italy being one of them?
That's where I'm going.
Why are you? Yeah.
No. That's where I'm going to go live forever in Sardinia. And if I went there, I'd be dead by 50.
Only if you learn Italian. I heard you were trying to learn Italian.
I am. I'm still working on it. I have a lot of to-dos on the list.
Still working on it.
See. Prego.
So these blue zones were then researched by some PhDs and so forth. Why do these people live to 100 and in other areas, we're dying at 65 of cancer and getting dementia at 60 and all that, you know what I mean? And so there were some common denominators. Anyway, one of them was consumption of beans, legumes. So and this is what fits into the terminology also that's being thrown around today a lot in longevity anti-aging is ancestral living. It's looking back, paleo diet, ancestral living. How did our ancestors do it?
But they didn't live that long.
But they didn't live that long for other reasons.
Well, they didn't have the resources either.
They didn't have the resources. The medicine wasn't as good.
People say that. I'm like, the average age was like 30. Like when paleo was, right?
Well,
like,
but
it was because they were getting eaten by...
I had my grandfather lived to 93, my grandmother 93. That's a
good point.
So it depends on the area.
Yeah. I didn't want to offend any people out there that live to 150.
So I would say definitely, to answer your question,
like canned
getting
beans,
back
fresh beans?
to... Yeah, so another...
Mike's like, wait, can I just pop open a can of
I'm curious.
And that's actually a great question, and the answer is yes, you can. Yes. And I was concerned about that also, because one of the things...
This is great.
Exactly, 99 cents to be exact. Wow. And organic, by the way. They're organic, yes. So nutritionfacts.org, a guy by the name of Michael Greger, Dr. Greger. So you could just go to that website, type in, black beans, kidney beans, whatever, chickpeas, garbanzo beans, the Italians, and you will get... Now, all Greger does is he basically reads the research for us and then puts it into a nice video clip podcast.
Oh, I love
and he's just regurgitating the research. Wow. So it's not his opinion. He's not selling anything. You know what I mean?
I love that.
He's just regurgitating all the research. Anyway, all the research on beans and legumes, eat all you want.
Really?
It's a slow-burning, low-glycemic carbohydrate.
Right.
So one of the major problems, right, in today is SAD, S-A-D, standard American diet, right? We're eating cereal. I think I just saw this, and I thought it was a joke, but it wasn't. I think it was on Twitter. It was an advertisement. And Eggo, I think Kellogg's. So Kellogg's waffles, they just came out with 3 new flavors. And like one of the 3 flavors, well, 2 of them I remember. One is like almost like a neon blue. And the other one was like this neon pink. And I'm saying that, like, you're feeding that to kids? Like, imagine giving that to your kids.
Right, yeah.
It's poison.
And now do you think that's just like dye and stuff added to it, obviously?
Dye and sugar.
Right.
Dye and sugar, And so sugar, you talk about sugar. Sugar is a killer. Sugar leads to diabetes to heart disease, dementia. There's nothing good about added sugar. So you're giving kids Eggo waffles?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so beans, so that would be high on the glycemic index. Like you're eating those Eggo waffles and you're dumping sugar into your bloodstream. Then the body has to dump insulin. Then the insulin crashes. It's a train wreck. But beans is like low, slow, and steady. You're going to get sustained energy. You're going to get over the course of hours. Yep. You're going to get tremendous dietary fiber, which is great for your gut, for the microbiome of your intestine. And at the end of the day, you're going to feel full longer, right? Because of all the fiber.
And there's protein in beans too, right?
There's protein in it. Yep.
Is there a best bean? that you've seen?
Yes, that's actually interesting. You asked that question, and the winners were black beans and chickpeas.
Ooh, wow.
Now that doesn't mean things like a pinto bean was at the bottom of the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that it's bad for you. It just had a little bit less nutrition.
It's just not the optimal.
Yeah, it just had a little less nutrition. And then you're talking about the can, so I was like, oh man, because you want to optimize right during the day. So I'm like, I love to cook, but I'm also trying to develop this style that like you could cook quick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
So like
kind of, almost like a little Rachel Ray-ish type, 20 minutes, boom, boom, you know what I
Love
mean?
that show growing up.
Yeah, right?
It's a great show.
Remember that?
Was it 20-minute meals?
20-minute meals, right, exactly.
That's my girl, Rachel.
Because, oftentimes if you get the, the sprouted bean, which is even better, but it's 45 minutes soak time, then another 45 minutes cooking, and I'm like, all right, that's an hour and a half, man, I got to move, you know what I mean? So thank God at nutritionfacts.org and Dr. Greger said, yeah, you could have the beans right out of the can. So basically all you're doing is there's a little nutrition loss, but it's not significant enough where he was like, nah, you can't have those.
Wow.
So now you're talking about opening up a can of beans, right, in a BPA aluminum-free can, of course, right? Because you don't want the
standard
toxin.
or no?
Yeah, now it is.
Okay.
Pretty much now it is.
Right.
And all you're doing is heating them up and adding spices. So beans is one, and spices would be the second thing.
Can you eat them cold, like right out of the can?
You can put them on a salad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was doing a three bean salad as a meal
there you go,
prep.
and so cold. Yep. So there you go.
Yeah, and I was chopping up some onions, a little celery, some cucumbers in there, just keeping it, just to give me some extra flavor.
That's fantastic.
Wow. But honestly, I got sick of it. Like I was just
you got
eating.
tired.
You gotta
of
mix
it.
it
You need
in.
more
Well,
variety.
Again, like we said before off camera, very extreme. So I went out and bought 97 cans of beans,
Which I'll probably do now.
Ate this for 3 to 5 weeks straight.
Yeah, they got sick of it.
Oh man, yeah. But now
It's
I'm
like
ready
a
to go
snack
again.
or meals?
No, that was my meals.
No, so
Like-
I've messed around with different recipes, so that doesn't happen because I'm kind of the same way.
Yep.
So one of the things I did was I make it a little bit thicker, so I don't put as much bone broth, as the stock in it. So it's a little bit, heartier. And I found a grain-free, so gluten-free, made out of cassava. Do you know what cassava is? It's a root vegetable like sweet potatoes.
Okay.
Okay. So it's made out of cassava taco.
Wow.
So I put dumped the beans in these tacos. The name of the company is Siete. S-I, Siete? Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
S-I-E-T-E. Yep. And their chips are good.
They have chips. They have tortillas. They have everything.
Yeah. Now it's not organic, but
They're
the
expensive.
ingredients, a little bit more.
Longevity on my wallet.
Yeah.
But they're good.
Wow.
But they're
very
really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so tacos,
I'm
and
blown
then
away.
And then I change up the spices. So I think I was gonna bring you one the other day. I use
escarole?
Escarole and beans. Yep, one of the old ancestral. That's what our grandparents used to eat.
Oh my God,
like
my grandmother makes it phenomenal.
Right?
Escarole and beans.
Right, and what that was simply an ancestral. It was like a peasant dish because they didn't have a lot of money. They didn't have, they couldn't buy meat. Like we do go to the supermarket and get meat. So that was a standby. And so I was making it the other day with my mother. My mother's 86, and she said, you can't make it that way because I'm making it like modern,
Yeah.
She's like, that's not how you do it.
Are you slipping peptides in mom's diet, or what's going on?
Mom's 182.